Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome and welcome. Let's share the show as you join us. A lot to talk about. Let's share the show. Let's share the show. Please, let's share the show. We have plenty to talk today. Big beating it too. We got to talk today. Plenty big beating it. Let's share the show. Let's share the show, please. Let's share the show. Good morning, good afternoon. Let me see. Is that Lucia Dawson? Welcome. Samuel, Gokai Hollywood is watching us from South New Jersey. Wow. Samuel, you're in the south of New Jersey. That is very interesting. But Samuel, thank you. Thank you for following us. Thank you and thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Today the New Jersey people day. Young people. The New Jersey day. That'll be fine, yeah. Let's share the show, please. Sekou, Monk, Milborn, the rest of the team will be joining us today. Today.
From the beginning of this up to now, we've been experiencing so many things, and we are grateful to the Almighty Creator. So indeed, folks, we are linking up now with our team, the SKTV family, to bring you the program live right here on Truth FM right here. So, Steve, if you are there, I'm right here. Let me say a wonderful good evening to you.
My man, you didn't know a baby pie in the area. Good afternoon. What's your story? What's your problem?
Yes, thank you. So you see, I'm the newest baby father on the block. So sometimes, but still, I'm still punctual. I thought I was going to be getting late because of some of the things. But anyway, thank God that at least you'll not be having problem with me because of time. So that means despite maybe all of my work, my double works and so forth, or at least I'm still punctual, or in fact, I'm still in time when it comes to our work.
Lead that story, man. Lead that
See?
story. Lead that story, man. Bro.
Give the man his flower. What he is going for? Why am I alive? Why do you want to take away the flower again, my man?
I'm not only flower, I'll give you tree too. I'll give you a tree.
You are giving people 10%. You don't even able to give me 1%. No, they were not fair. They were not fair.
I will give you tree, bro. Lead that story. We're not on that thing. Forget it. Listen, we're not on that story.
They were not fair.
We're not on that story, my brother. My dear
you give people 10%. Then your own Baptist brother. So you're not able to even give me 1%. Anyway, that's life.
My brother, forget about that story. Lead that story. We saw that story. We saw that story during Joey at time. Other people lead that story, man. Folks, yeah, let's share the show. I beg you. The show umpire, if you can't today, we'll add it to you. Check out, we'll add it to you because the show will be hot. They don't even check. Don't even check. Yeah, don't even check.
Oh God, oh God, the God of our land.
Leave God. God is that, brother. Leave God.
Oh.
Today, neighbor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Today the topic we're talking about whether we're in recycle mood
Mm-hmm.
and who is to be blamed.
Okay.
Because the way I look at Liberia are the only country that in recycle mood.
Oh.
Recycle for our papa and our woman who don't understand what it means. They put
Mm-hmm.
people English what they can speak. They say recycle when you hear it. It means you're just there. You move one bad person, you put another bad person. You move one bad person, you put another bad person. You're confused. You don't know what's going on. That's why you say. That's what it mean. That's what it mean. That's what it mean. Say who will John or lead that thing Eugenia. Forget that thing, my dear.
Yeah, actually, you get it right because you always if I'm making things clear for our common people down the land there, our own man they right now they on the farm. Either they are not living from the farm. I think by this time they are leaving the packing. They are either that they woo. Somebody born into making woo to survive. You get all inside, and even that what kind of contribute? But anyway, they make
My
it
man,
farm, and we hope and pray that one day everything will be okay, Steve. So don't worry. So the
whatever that
recycle team that you just explaining, I'm
neighbor,
just telling it, yeah.
neighbor.
Mm.
I know you want to be deacon. All joke aside, prayer is not a strategy. Forget that thing. Hey, pray, we hope and pray. Hey, why you put two things in our strategy together? We're not hoping, we're not praying. And we're not waste our time. God not get. Let me tell you something, neighbor. God not get time for people who can make decisions and choices in life. And God also appreciate when you make a decision in your choice. Guess what God will do? God will honor it.
Okay.
You know that thing what make it I let God business.
Mm-hmm.
Because
For
God
me, I
can
let go. No. To me, for me, I
listen,
let go because God, in fact, God let to do things both physical and spiritual. That one thing I really like about Him is that because that very physical aspect of human life, He will tell you. In fact, you have to know as to whether the thing is physical, so eating is spiritual or drinking water is a spiritual thing, or Steve. They don't drink
yeah.
water. Just be waiting that spirit. In father, that spirit can put water on your mouth.
You know, one day I went somewhere to a Christian school. I was making a presentation there, and they are so Holy Ghost infested. Let me use that word. They are so Holy Ghost infested that they are not in touch with reality. And one of them had the audacity to stand up and say to me, and Mr. Bole, I said yes. I said yes. It's a Christian school, I'm just going to sit here, and allow the Lord to make a way for me. And God is going to open doors for me, and I'm going to get an employment, and there is a job that I really like, and God is going to make way for me, and God is going to favor me. He just put a word in my spirit, and He's going to favor me. So I asked her one question. I said, you know the requirement of the job? She said, yes. I said, okay, can you list them to me? She said, the requirement of the job is I need to have at least minimum, the one an associate degree. I said, okay. She said, I also need to fill out the application, and I need to have my fingerprint clearance card. That is, you can't have any kind of criminal record on you, so you can't be the stand on and apply. You understand? Yeah, the B will show up. In a country, you can't be funny, man. Once you funny, man, brother, so you put your name somewhere to plug your thing, it will come out as a Melbourne, that funny man. It will show face.
Yes.
So she'll get 2 children. She bet in domestic violence and fighting men fighting or two. She gets much more not beyond. So she feeling all she won't get out.
That's the one was saying your video so.
My brother, she finished reporting the requirement. I said, okay. So I asked her, I said, so how are you going to complete the application? Oh no, God is going to favor me. I'm just going to take I'm going to take 7 days. She said she would take 7 day fast and prayer. Like you say, the 7 day will replace the job requirement. Like the people who she dealing with, that spiritual people that injure them from heaven, they will go. Some people can write on Facebook, and the pastor then can tell them David did not present a resume, but God presented him. That foolishness is not realistic. It's not
So I
realistic.
got one question. So I got one question for you.
Let me finish
In
with
that
that
thing
thing.
that you just
Let me finish that
okay.
thing, man. Monk,
No,
what's up, man? I
that's for
finish
an
it.
explanation. I want to ask you, Chief. Don't get. Do I get one message for you
Monk,
also?
what's
And
up,
thank God
man?
that Prisoner Monk is here because the
Yeah,
Prisoner Monk I've been waiting for before I bring a message. But go ahead first.
yeah,
Yeah,
Monk,
yeah, Monk.
what's up, man?
What's up, man? What's up, guys? And what's up to the listening audience of SK?
Yeah, we yell, my brother.
Hope you guys are doing great. We are here for another day of mind-blowing information concerning all things politics, social, religious. You know, we are global on SKTV. We don't do only politics. We go war politics, US politics, social issue, biblical issues, societal issue, and we cover almost everything here. So every time we come SKTV, it's just fun and entertaining. So and
Yeah,
informative and educational as well. Not only fun, but we try to blend it here and make it better, make your experience better. SKTV.
now on SKTV we can get you double dose. Yeah. Oh yeah, when you move on here, you just something. Yeah, when you move on here, no when you go for too much, you just be on refill, just drinking water.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, then I easy. All the time messages keep coming
Yeah.
back to back.
So Melbourne, to cut it thing
Yeah,
short,
yeah. Because I want to ask you from another prayer, I know miracle person as to whether
yeah, so
what.
I asked the woman, I said, do you have an associate degree? No. I graduated from high school. Okay. Do you have any criminal record? You know, the police arrested me a couple of times, and me and my boyfriend were fighting, and they take my fingerprint and the other one. I said, okay. I said, so you get all the thing there on you? She said, yes. And you know, but I'm trusting God. I'm trusting the process. I said, start wasting your time. I said, start wasting your time because if you go there and you apply and they tell you, you'll get disappointed in God. You don't meet the physical requirement on earth. You will not get that job. Oh, you can say that. You're not God to say that. I say, okay, fine. And I God wrote a job requirement.
Yeah.
And I God wrote a job requirement. You think you in heaven, you think that spiritual thing you do here. You on earth, they give you physical requirement on earth to meet. You say you will substitute those requirements with spiritual expectation. I say you're not ready yet. I say, let me tell you something. When you go to that job, you know what to do? They will take your when they read your resume, they say, you know what to do it? They will put it in the trash, the dust bin. They will send you to the dead bed area where they will send you. You're not serious. No God been anything yet. You got to be physically prepared. So you see, I'm saying this because on earth, there are some requirements we got to meet. You know, spirituality cannot replace reality.
That's the thing.
You can't be passing around speaking in tongue.
Yeah.
You got to apologize to somebody when you wrong them. It don't make no sense.
Good. That's the thing. And the Bible said that even in the book of Matthew, right? If you go there, there's a procedures or there's a steps as to, like for example, maybe President Monk and myself, we have issues, how to solve these things out. How you leave everything. Then you go straight to.
How you present worship hall, you bartender and you DJ? Which one? You confusing me? You present worship hall, but then later on in the afternoon, I see you bartender and you DJ. What's going on? When we say we're judging you, we're not judging you, we're just telling you that that's a huge conflict of interest because even on a professional job, like I told what I got in Emmanuel Gongwe, and I asked President Joseph Yuman Boaka if he's real serious for truth to tackle the issue of corruption, transparency, and accountability, fire Emmanuel Gongwe. And the people who are in EFFL, they need to also call for Emmanuel Gongwe to resign because Emmanuel Gongwe is a common crook. He is not serious. He wanted to double dip. He wanted to be with what they played in the port. Then he turned around again with the asset recovery team, that team that was dead upon arrival. He had 2 jobs in the government. So that in itself, that conflict of interest and that corruption. So Emmanuel Gongwe is a corrupt man who wanted to eat from government, ISO. And you tell me that I want to be speaking on justice and accountability as well, and listen to him. You who follow him in your red t-shirt and your red beret and you're not serious. All of you are not serious. Whether you male or you woman, I say you're not serious. You're telling Emmanuel Gongwe to resign. Emmanuel Gongwe was double dipping. I will say it again. Emmanuel Gongwe was double dipping. Yes, he resigned. Joseph Boaka need to fire him. But Joseph Boaka said, not ready for prime time. He's not ready for serious business. By the way, I get to the issue.
Thank you. I have a message for you. So, and also, I wanted to ask you and Virginia more also about the war news. Sorry that yesterday it was very on my mind, but because of the helmet issue, it slipped off my mind. So, about it. I seen something that $2 billion was signed for one reason. I think coming from your end there, going to is that Israel? So maybe later on you're going to fill us in a little bit without.
So the $2 billion that was signed, from what SKTV I gather, is to go to Ukraine. Yo, let me tell you something, my brother. Let me tell you something. Anthony Blinken, who is the current Secretary of State, paid a surprise visit to Ukraine's president. He was in Ukraine these few days. But in all honesty, Russia has been bombarding Ukraine. The Americans are putting on they're doing everything they can to send in the supplies to them or whatever it is. As we speak right now, Israel, Netanyahu, and I want to agree to Monk on this one. Netanyahu he's getting out of pocket. Do you even know that there is a let me say this? I was reading BBC and listening this morning. Do you even know that as we speak currently, they are discussing to the World Economic Crimes Court, the International Justice Court in The Hague, in the Netherlands, in Europe. They are discussing to bring charges on the Israeli government, especially Benjamin Netanyahu, to arrest him for human rights violation. So this is serious. This is a serious thing, my brother. So when we are talking about seriousness on an international stage, they think it's very, very serious. And so, so a lot of things are happening around the world. And Monk, I don't know if you want to chime in before we move any further to get an update from Liberia real quick. Monk.
Yeah. For me, I don't certain topics. I don't waste my time on it because if you understand the game that is being played, you won't even want to waste your breath on it. Netanyahu will never face prosecution.
Why do you think so?
It would just never happen. It was the same way they said they were coming to issue a prosecution against President Bush that he was saying going to travel to a charging for war crime. This cannot be for certain country. Republicans are already threatening that anybody who dare mess around with Netanyahu, it won't go down well. So the idea that Netanyahu can face war war and economic justice against people when they know what happened in the Middle East, it's just more than laughable. You see, that's why I tell people, look at most of the college kids that protest are like, if you live on this planet and you can really pay attention, you can know when people pee on your shoulder and tell you it's raining. But you don't blame the young kids. They go to college, they just from high school, they don't know war history, they don't understand anything. So they get jumped on the screen and protest. They call it youthful exuberance. When you're young, you can do a lot of stupid things. At a certain age you reach, you collect enough data to make better decisions. Once you start hitting that mid-30s to your early 40s, it means you have lived enough on the planet to know what works and what doesn't work. So stupid people can just come and just fool you. And that exactly, you want me to believe that Netanyahu will be taken to the ICC? Is that what you want me to believe? So who's going to be held accountable on the Palestinian side? For me, that's why I always support presidents who want global peace in spite of your domestic policy, because the same cartel that keep telling you that they want to prosecute, they're the same people that are financing the war. How do you play on both sides? Look, Melbourne, in the whole war, Egypt and Israel received the highest military aid in the whole war than any country from the U.S., right? When you pass a bill for Ukraine, you pass a bill for Israel, right? The only difference between Egypt and Israel is the fact that Israel got sophisticated military equipment because they got some of the best scientists and engineers in the war that we exchange military high-grade weapons with. So even though they say we're giving them the money, but guess what? Some of these weapons are being produced right in Israel. They got one of the most sophisticated military on the planet, one of the most powerful. So if you are giving them money, you are giving them arms and ammunition, who you think they're going to use it against? Isn't those same poor Palestinian people? So don't pee on my shoulder and tell me it's raining. He will never face war crime. These things, they are meant for poor African countries and terror war in developing nations. That the leaders that will be facing war crime, not people like Netanyahu. You will not see it in your lifetime, and you can quote me on that. So I don't waste my time on it.
Thank you, Monk. Well, let's pivot to Liberia. My man Melbourne tell what going on. My man, I see you on the hair, man. What I mean, I'm following law in that country.
Thank you. I'm still.
So that we can know that you are law abiding.
The reason is that, my brother, we are thinking about things that will make the life better. Let me just tell you about your your lab or daughter that just came, I just try to screw off the light bulb to change from the white one to the blue one. The child crack.
For what?
Can you imagine? When I step up that job, was just managing with the one that editing given to us, that little girl cry. So I had to put the white bulb back. That's the only time that she feels. I say, God of heaven, Steve, and you and Brazilian, you're gonna hear this. That means now I have to be having maybe a machine that will be with me at night if EDC go. So these are things I want focusing on when I met him, my brother. We have so many things that are affecting us as people. So anyway, let me move straight.
When you try it, you own record, I will call traffic police, they will come and arrest you in that studio. I'm telling you right now, I will put you in situation because you know my girl. Oh, me bad lawyer, don't see me like that.
No, 100% I'm low about this. Because of that, I'm not for the way right back. I will rather tell to go. Even tell now, two can be in the front. I don't know which one the law you are enforcing, and at the same time going against another law. So anyway, that's it. We moved.
Yeah,
you haven't said you say we moved.
Quick update on the country, please.
Yeah, so good. We are going good here in Liberia, except where indeed our president is still out of the country, and so many things.
What play he go?
I said, "Man, go Guinea-Bissau." Said no more team. Saying yesterday, right? Yesterday or even yesterday, he left.
Where?
For country Guinea-Bissau.
But enjoy where is the country that saying Guinea-Bissau and work with us as in.
Mama, when I finish, then you get kind with them. Yeah. So indeed, so the president is out, and there are so many things happening back home, including what we've been discussing on yesterday with the motorcyclist restriction and so on. They are still ongoing. Liberia National Police, they are doing everything possible that the motorcyclists be well dressed, well attired with their helmets before flying the principal street of Monrovia. So yes, indeed, the bigger one is the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, or the LACC. On yesterday, they were to publish those that declared their assets. But unfortunately, we didn't see that. And up to now, there are a lot of mixed reactions to that. So what happened? Because mind you, the LACC also talk about out of the 500 plus government officials and all of those appointees, only 75 of them were able to declare their assets. So up to now, citizens, they are still wondering as to what's going on. How can the rescue government talk about accountability and people are not declaring their assets, especially government officials? So there are mixed reactions. People are feeling disappointed as to, no, there's not the kind of government that we voted for. We want every government official to declare their assets. So as we speak up to date, we are still waiting for those government officials that declare their assets from the, in fact, to the LACC. So we're still waiting the listing from the LACC. So far, so good, Steve. These are some of the major news. These are some of the major happening in Liberia as we speak for now. Nothing more and nothing less. The weather condition here is good. We are into the rainy season, and the weather here is a little bit good for us as we speak because no rain is falling from our end here. So that means, yes, and the sun is shining. So we are good. So far, so good. We are okay.
Thank you so much. So far, so good. We are okay. Melbourne, Johnson, Kula, one part of Monrovia, 2 FM, 98.1. I got a real number, right?
And quickly before you be, yes, sorry, yes, it's Truth FM 96.1.
96.
96.
Yeah. So quickly, Steve, there's information yesterday coming from Buchanan Grand Bassa County about a latest drugs. Mind you, zombie was announced as a newer drugs in town by the DEA, and in Buchanan Grand Bassa County, according to the information, 3 persons or die as the result of taking in zombie drugs, and also again in Grand Cayman, 2 persons die according to the doctors from that side after medical checkup that indeed they die as a result of taking in zombie drugs. So yes, these are terrible news coming from us here back home.
Thank you, Milburn. Just before we welcome Seku, in other news, Director Eugene Fagon is still explaining tire because it is reported allegedly that Jala Greenfield informed the public that 100,000 United States dollars were left at LBS, and up until today, allegedly they can't find out what happened to the money. So, Director Eugene Fagon still explaining himself, but per our reporting, he's explaining, sweating profusely, but providing more confusion to even his own explanation. So, as we speak now, Eugene Fagon is back in the news, but his back is on the wall, and we are following. We'll update you when the show ends as to where he is now, the director of LBS, along with his deputy, where he need deflow flow mode. All of them explaining tire, but no evidence. By the way, Mr. Okane, welcome to the show. Before we get into serious matter and business here, we just want to update the public because it's not easy right now at LBS.
Yeah, thank you, Steve, and thank you, Mayborn. Thank you, Saros, the Brazilian monk. It's good to be here, as always. And I want to say thank you to all our followers, well-wishers, and our able stakeholders. I want to say thank you to all of you for following SKTV. And Steve, I was listening to you, I was coming, where I went, this morning. So,
yeah,
coming back, my brother asked me, so I heard that the president went to Guinea-Bissau. I said, yeah. Then he asked me for what? I said, I don't know. Then he said, who called him there? I said, I have no clue. He said, well, you're supposed to know. I said, yeah, I'm supposed to know, but
I ain't updated yet.
So, and then he said, with all the country in the world, with all the country in Africa, that Guinea-Bissau you going? Where are you going to get from Guinea-Bissau? He said Guinea-Bissau is one of those countries that are actually, considered as the most corrupt countries, in Africa because of the governance system.
Yes, indeed.
But for him to go there, he said, why, he's not following the footsteps of Ghana and Rwanda and Kenya,
all these major players.
To be proud of. Yeah. So why are you just seeing with those people then? And then he said, I learned that he was in America here again, and he was taking picture with Kosovo president, the lady. Then we started joking about when Kosovo got her independence and other stuff. But bottom line is, Liberians are confused, and Joseph Boakai and people continue to confuse everybody. I don't know whether we are clear when it comes to the asset recovery, whether we are clear when it comes to the investigation in the $41 million, $19.5 million, or $84 million, or $350,000, or something came up, Steve, and the listening public. Do you know some of the lawmakers that preach, fairness and equity are some of the lawmakers that receive money twice to refurbish their offices?
Yeah, we'll get into that. Because we got the lawmakers on the agenda today. We got them on.
So we have the list of most of the lawmakers that receive the money that was put in a budget for them. That's not a $100,000. We're not talking about that yet. We're not talking about the the one they call legislative whatever. That's not the one I'm talking about here. We're talking about the money they get behind the scene. The $4,500 given to them to refurbish their offices, furniture, and other stuff. And then the one that Yekel also show, majority of them receive that as well. And the ones that receive it, some of them even told Yekel, say, please don't go and expose this thing here. Let's give a chance. Let's go and get our own thing first. We'll get it. Then you can go and expose it. So some of those people, 16 lawmakers, have attacked SKTV, saying that you shouldn't call everybody, corrupt.
We'll call it today.
That they are not corrupt. So that there are some people who are corrupt, but yet they receive money twice.
Yeah, we'll bring the list also, Mr. Kane. No. Mr. Kane, we'll get to the point because definitely we'll bring our list also. And let me tell you something, your favorite lawmaker will be on the list. We don't care. We'll bring the list also. Yeah. No. I told you today the show, we even started showing you share the show. That the partner I get with you. Mr. Kane, you see that the issue there. The partner won't share the show. So some of the things that we're not talking about, we just talk about things on the surface and go home.
So Steve, so I can get your message quickly.
Yeah, go ahead quickly before we get in the topic today, the conversation.
Yeah, so elderly man call me and say, maybe please hold my name and don't call my identity. I said, okay, no problem. So he said, I want you to ask Steve Sekou, another Virginia, on this question as to, since the world, when Liberian people go to the ballot box, what do they vote for there? In fact, which type of goose do they vote for? I said, but what do you mean by goose? What are you talking about? Then no, I want to know also, how do they vote? Because how come instead of us as people moving forward, we are going backward? So how the voting process can be like pre-ad and stuff. So what kind of goose they can be voting for, whether a dry goose or a wet goose? But this question is very, very it's hard for me. But albeit that's the message, and the man listening. So that's the message for you. Yeah.
They make us say goods and services in the budget. I want to ask what kind of goose are going to be voting for?
So we tell our papa before we get to the budget. We tell our papa as he following the show today. When we are done, we will get an answer of what kind of goose they can vote for, and what are they? Are the problem? They should be blamed, or politicians, or whatever it is. We'll find out today. Today they show umpa. The people who get added to umpa, they will be okay today. But the show will be hard. But Mr. Kennedy, let me ask you this question first of all. To you and Monk, are we in recycle as a country? Because we criticized President John Weah for riding private jet right after he took power. Joseph Yuma Boaka is reported twice he's been on private jets. It is alleged that when he was going to Guinea-Bissau, he was on private jet. When he went to Ghana, he was on private jet. Are we in recycle? Are we?
You got to add Ivory Coast.
When he went to Ivory Coast, Mr. Kane, are we in what is it? Are we in recycle mood? What's really going on? The same thing we criticized a few months ago. We're back to them right here. What's it both for you first before we get into this? Because we get into the other area then, small. We're touching quick way and small. Then we'll focus on the lawmakers to climax the show. What you guys says before we open the line today? What you guys think? Are we in recycle?
Mom, you can go first.
Yeah. For me, I believe we are in recycle. There are certain things that our politicians or public figures they engage into and they believe is standard operating procedure. We can talk about it, we can criticize it, we can look at the political aspect, but it's not going to change anything. The biggest problem in Liberian politics is the fact that the vast majority of people, I've said it on this show, on countless occasions, the people don't pay attention to these things. Look, the only reason a politician will be afraid to do something or to engage in some illegal practice is the fact when the people are the one putting up the pressure. But if you are living in a society, Steve, and the vast majority of people could care less about what's happening in government, even when it's happening, they're not even paying attention. That's why I keep telling you, you are a psychologist, you work in social sciences. The custom they call the hierarchy of need that you know of. When people wake up, they are in survival mode. When you put people deep into poverty, the first thing they wake up in the morning is, how do I get food? Where can I get money from? Maybe in case of a medical emergency, how can I pay my children's school fee? They could care less about who ripping their apart, whether it's in the budget, whether it's their lawmaker, whether it's the president is interrogated, they could care less because they are not paying attention to this thing. It's you and myself that paying attention. And the reason we pay the most attention because the society that we live in, we always think long term. You don't have to worry about food here. You don't have to worry about where you will lay your head yet. You don't have to worry about medical emergency. Let's say if something was to happen to you, an ambulance would be there within 5 or 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes latest. But if you are in a society like Liberia, where they're telling you more than 3.5 million people are living in absolute poverty, not only abject poverty, what make you think you will want to care? You will just believe that the life that you live in is just normal. So whether Bwaga rides a private jet, whether he use an aircraft carrier on the beaches, they could care less. All they know, they are focusing on their food, most importantly, and maybe their children next. And so it's the same recycle. We talk about these things, but at the end of the day, they are not going to change because I told you there is no righteous anger in Liberia. You think some of the information that we put out here, you think it will really agitate people to put pressure on their lawmakers? No. All the president, they will come here and play defense every day. That is the very few that are paying attention. The rest will care less. So there's no incentive for Bwaka to stop doing exactly what he's doing, whether he's a repeat of George Weah or whether he doubled down on George Weah riding private jet. Nothing is going to change. So just
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Kane, what say you?
Yeah, so I will agree among we are in cycle and there is no end in sight. This will continue for a while. You know, when I listened to Senator Dillon the other day saying that he is disappointed, he is vehemently disappointed for the fact that Joseph Boakai did not declare his asset publicly. You know, it reminds me of Dillon of 2019, 2018 to 2019. Dillon is a very smart politician. He takes advantage of the situation. He lay on public, um, you know, reaction, you know, to make himself to look serious. I'm kind of disappointed in Dillon for the fact that we did not see the outreach from him in the fact that Joseph Walker then the action Joseph Walker took in response to the Supreme Court's decision when it came to the uh, returning office. I didn't see that outreach in him when Joseph Walker then and other senators went to NASCOP to go and illegally remove the officers in there. I did not see the outreach when they took armed men to go and harass people in their office as if to say they were doing some illegal things there. We did not see the outreach when Joseph Boakai then said that it was, you know, $20 million they received as opposed to $41 million that Joseph Boakai, that Joey then said they left for him. So that kind of selective outreach, selective, you know, advocacy, you know, pains me. The reason why I'm talking about DeLong because DeLong was elected as the voice of the people, as the light. And all of a sudden, because of politics, how can DeLong talk about being outraged or being disappointed in Joseph Boakai when DeLong knew that Prince Johnson that he was teasing every day was a part of the rescue mission when DeLong went and joined them. DeLong went and joined the rescue mission to elect Jeremiah Kun, and when DeLong himself does not believe that Jeremiah Kun is a presidential material, but yet he supported Jeremiah Kun to be the vice president. Vice presidency is like a heartbeat away from the presidency. So Steve, whether it's Joseph Nima Boakai, whether it's DeLong, whether it's Nyomli Kanga Lawrence or anybody in the rescue on the rescue team or in the rescue train, you got nothing to be disappointed about because you were not appointed in the first place. We all knew everything that they did, not because they believe in Joseph Nima Boakai leadership, or they believe that Joseph Boakai is capable of doing anything for Liberia, but simply because they wanted to score political points, or they kind of preparing themselves for 2029, so they care less about what become the future of Liberia. So before you actually come out to say whether or not you are appointed or disappointed, you are, we are in cycle or we're not going to be in cycle, do not expect anything from these people. If you're going to expect something, from them, then that should be failure upon failure upon failure, and repeating what they say was bad under George Weah. And at the end of the day, the DeLong, the Jumbly, all the people that are supporting Joseph Boakai today, they're going to use some of the same thing to go against the Unity Party in 2029. But then the other time, the leader people forget that they were the architect, and they were the one that supported all the bad things to set, Boakai up and the Unity Party up for failure. Then later on now, act like they are the one now fighting for the people. So Liberia politics is just stupid, and they believe that the voters are stupid. They can do anything. The people are not smart enough to, capture those things. So Joseph Boakai will continue to do everything that they've been doing. Nothing is strange. I can guarantee you, there's no end in sight. It can only get worse.
Okay, it can only get worse. Well, but Mr. Kane, on SKTV we flagged one of the nominees, President Joseph Nima Boakai. In fact, we raised the contention here on SKTV, along with others. We flagged that up here in person of Copper Cry. We raised the issue that Copper Cry was not only a small soldier who grew into an old man now, but Copper Cry also had corruption allegations and bad governing practices all over him, that he was bad to even be in government. In fact, for the record, and Front Page Africa, credit to them, also alludes to this, that Joseph Nima Boakai even considered Copper Cry as Minister of Justice. Can you imagine? with all the noise, all the thing that they know about Copper Cra, today, Copper Cra is still appointed. And this time around,
Still serving.
it's still serving. He got confirmed, and he's serving at Ministry of Labor. You know, Mr. Kane, what say you a monk about this recycling mentality? Because we talk about nepotism, we talk about things that they were going to change. I mean, I'm not here to credit Joe, we are anything to say this or that, but for the most part, you can say for the record that under the Joe led government, I don't know if Joe Weah's sons were appointed. I don't know. I don't know if he had close family member appointed, but you got the likes of Prince Johnson appointing his children, Labor Ministry, Copper Cry appointing them. You got Copper Cry appointing family member reported here. What say you guys about these things? And let me use the word, the common Liberian people, all the ones who are in the ring, the ones who are singing around that Boaga we want, the ones who are bouncing around calling other people 7%, 2%, but all now we're in a percentage group now because we're all 10% now. We put all the percent together with 10%. We agree to that one. What say you guys? Because this is an ongoing mess that we have on our hands. Monk, what say you?
You know, when you wake up in the morning, right? For me, I can read a lot. I go all around the world, look for some of my investigative reports. Sometimes I go to the local dealers in Liberia. You look at other African countries. Sometimes you wake up in the morning, you just looking to hear something positive from Liberia, and you just cannot find it. You check all over the internet, you read all the African magazines and news, and you cannot find nothing positive about Liberia as compared to other countries. I woke up this morning, I saw that article, but it was nothing strange. If the chief executive is going to hire people just for political purposes, then his own sources, why should Cooper Cry and others do as the opposite? You know, I read an article. I don't know if I can read it for the audience to hear, because I mean, today we'll talk about our law because the budget and the Senate issue, but it seems like
we're coming to them.
Yeah,
we're coming to them.
Yeah.
But can you just read a few passages from there so that it can be interpreted in simple English?
It was written by Front Page Africa. Because at a certain point when I read the article, I said, we might as well just call the Labor Ministry Prince Johnson and Copper Crown Ministry of Nema County. That's just why it suggests. But anyway, let me get to the article and look.
Welcome, Sheku. Sheku, welcome to the conversation.
Thank you very much.
Liberia is a failed state. Let me tell you something. Front Page Africa, they call the guy Jahim Timu. He said, Front Page Africa has uncovered that the Ministry of Labor, Councillor Cooper Cry, the Minister of Labor, has reportedly ignored and violated the Civil Service Agency freeze on new hire and transfer, and has promised and have provided employment to over 93 personnel in positions that have already been occupied. That's the headline. Front Page Africa obtained communication on the CSA dated April 5, 2014, which informed Minister Cry that the decision to transfer and reassign employees of his institution was a violation of Chapter 4 and Chapter 3 of the Civil Service Standing Order of 2012. These chapters stated that all human resources movement must receive approval from the Director General before implementation. Minister Cry's action violated the freeze that the Civil Service Agency places on employment transfer, promotion, and demotion on February 16, 2024. Despite this, he has recalled the Labor Commissioner across the country and has hired new individuals to act as acting Labor Commissioner. Can you imagine that? Councillor Copper Cry, a renowned Liberian lawyer, is an official of the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction, MDR, led by Prince Johnson and VP Jeremiah Pakun. The MDR is one of the alliance parties that helped the Unity Party in Boaca deliver the vote-rich Nema County. After the inauguration, Cry was appointed as Minister of Justice and Attorney General. However, following popular outcry, his appointment was quickly revoked by the president and was later appointed to head the Ministry of Labor. According to sources, the Ministry of Labor is predominantly staffed by the bias. The sources further state that the President Joseph Boaga appointed 7 ministers within the ministry who hail from Nema County, including the daughter of Prince White Johnson, Madam Deba E. Johnson, who is Assistant Minister for Regional Labor Affairs. Naming the ministers, the source disclosed Mr. Emmanuel Zod Jr., Assistant Minister for Labor Standards, Mr. Rufus Sely, Assistant Minister for Trade Union Affairs, Mr. Rufus Kalako Fremont, Assistant Minister for Administration, and Raphael E. Donald Colo, Assistant Minister for Alien Registration, along with the Deputy Minister for Administration, Otello Mensah, and Minister Kra, Senior Senator, and Minister Kra, Senators Johnson, other daughter of the Director of Procurement. So Prince Johnson, I didn't know Prince Johnson have two daughters. And both of them, yeah. So the source emphasized that showing too many individuals from the same region serving as minister within a single ministry is unprofessional and unhealthy. He noted that another daughter of Senator Prince White Johnson is also the Director of Procurement. The source further said that Minister Kra has instructed the Human Resource Department to hire 94 individuals, all of whom from Nima County. Let me stop there. I think it's enough. I don't want to waste.
Yeah. So quickly, let me ask you guys this question, Councillor. Kopo Kra is actually a counselor. A law. He's a lawyer or a counselor, whatever it is.
Yes.
In La Bromba, I mean, your high can call you begun anything, right? That what I'm saying. But in all honesty, based on this violation of the law, do you believe Joseph Yuma Bwaga should do the right thing and recall Councillor Kopo Kra or Councillor Kopo Kra should resign from his position? What do you believe? If Joseph is right, let me hear your verdicts. Let me hear your views on this. Because Mark, what say you before I go to Sekou Kroma, then Sekou kind of be the last.
Sometimes I can get disappointed in you, Steve, when you ask me some of these questions. You know that's a joke. It will never happen. For the fact that we could raise the flag in the article, the exact same thing the article is saying. If we can raise the ref like Kopo Kra wasn't even worthy of being part of the administration, and Joseph Bwaga still found place for him, what make you think even violating the civil service agencies, or standing in laws, what make you think Joseph Bwaga is going to recall him or dismissing or he's going to resign? That's not going to happen. It would never happen. That's it.
You think so?
It won't happen.
Okay.
Let me give you another example. When Prince Johnson blew the alarm on Miape Gono about her relationship with one Flo Toma, when they knew Sophia was going to be superintendent, what happened at the end of the day? He still appointed her superintendent, right?
Yes.
So why should Kopo Kra case be different? Go ahead, Sekou.
Sekou Kroma, what say you? I'm not sure if you're familiar with the communication from, because we're talking about governance here, accountability and justice, changing the routine so that we're not in a recycle mood, right, as a nation, right? The expectation is very hard that Joseph Yuma Bwaga going to rescue the country. They will not do what President George Weah did, violating the laws. Ministers will be accountable. They will be accountable. Kopo Kra, knowingly, his past records coming in, we flagged this when Joseph Yuma Bwaga intended to announce Kopo Kra initially, or to appoint Kopo Kra as Minister of Justice. They watered down it. In fact, when you read this article, Front Africa refers to that as well. They did say that in this article. And so fast forward, Kopo Kra is here today doing similar thing when he did honor President George Weah, not under nepotism, but disrespecting the law of the land, not following the law, and he's supposed to be a lawyer. Do you think President Joseph Yuma Bwaga should fire him or he should resign? What do you think? What say you?
Normally, these people, they don't fire. They tell them resign. So I think they should tell him to resign instead of firing him, so that he wouldn't get job because of the unprofessional behavior allegedly being, purported out there. But look, let me see this clear. President Bwaga is running a government. Some say he doesn't have control or he's not in control. And some say he's in control, but he's doing it because he has to work alongside with other people. You saw the game that were played in Nimba County during the election period. And that tells you that he's running the government with a little bit of fear. In the sense, Kopo Kra should have been appointed, if in fact, the labor minister, because his first appointment brought serious noise in the country. So he should have just remained. But I think they are paying Kopo Kra because he was being dismissed by President Weah when he attended the launching of the Unity Party or wherever they were having the program when he was being dismissed. So that's a payback. But look, Kopo Kra has to be very careful. And if Joe Bwaga himself is not careful, They are sycophantic being in the government. They will bring the government down.
Okay.
Just 1 minute. They will bring the government down. And one person that if care is not taken will be Copper Crowd. And he
Okay.
has to come public to let the people know that this allegation leveled against me is a fallacy. It's true. And it's because of this I'm doing it. Because every time you see the media pushing out things, the people who can bring the extension, they're not on the ground. Oh. They are monitoring all of these platforms. So some of the people who can say, we might not listen to the people that Facebook or Facebook people, they will be on Facebook. The people are listening to these people and they are not getting any response from them. It means issues labor against you is true, and that's why you don't want to respond to it. Tomorrow, when international community wake up and say you break the law, you unsanctioned, then they start causing noise all around here.
Okay.
Joe Barker need to wake up and stand fast. If that thing is true, I saw the people that say nepotism at the highest level, nepotism at the highest level at labor ministry. If that is true, then he needs to stop doing what he's doing right now, or he be recalled and be assigned somewhere else, if possible, be dismissed if there is. But we can tell the president what to do. We
My
only
man,
record
my
sometimes.
man, Segun, what do you recommend? Because my man,
Yeah.
no. Recommend one thing so we can move on. All that other different thing where you go in circle, we get more confused now. What you recommend quick so we can move quick, sharp. We not get time.
If they think they're talking that true, if they particular thing they're talking that true,
Yeah, what you
let
say?
them call the man and say he dies and send somebody there.
We want to go call the man saying down. Talk the thing that we sending there. We want to go call the man saying down.
Or he resigned.
Put it in something that will get Sunday. Hey, what are you saying? Anyway, man, I kind of like that. You leadership movement. You think what
So,
it
so quickly before you go to Mr. Khan, let me just say this to our listeners out there. Indeed, we are continuing with the SKTV because of the topic. So we will not be able to bring you the 15-minute news. So indeed, just get your dial set and enjoy the discussion. Thank you. Go ahead,
Thank
Segun.
you very much to the management of Truth FM. You're thank you there for the day, but you're starting. You're looking like you're following the news. You're like cheese too, but we're inside today. The show will be at. So we'll get to you.
Memo, thank you, and thank you to Truth FM, the entire management. We appreciate that. You know, I was laughing. Steve John will force Norman to say the memo resign, the memo should get fired. Steve got problem. The man already said the thing. We still wanted the man to be on record.
No, he said right. Say, pull the man down. Pull the man down.
Yeah,
Make
call the man and say the man. Now, what I want me lead that story, bro.
So more you want to join Steve too to go against Norman? Go alliance. Yeah, I got to form alliance with Norman because maybe me and Sheku and Mabon will be in our alliance the way you're looking right now. But it is quite interesting to see us going down this route this early. Just yesterday, SKTV reported, first and foremost, that Copper Crow was a killer. Copper Crow was a murderer who participated in murdering sitting president on camera. It has been reported, it was reported by SKTV, that it has been alleged that the person that can walk to Samuel K. why they were murdering him, they were torturing him. When his ear was being cut off, the guy who went to do and says, Sami, do you remember me? You and I were in the university together. Do you remember me? You betrayed me. That was Cooper Crow. Cooper Crow became the Minister of Post and Telecommunication because of the support of Prince Johnson to President Weah. Copper Crowd flooded the place with names, including fake names. SKTV reported that Cooper Crow, as Minister of Post and Telecommunication, had over 30 people, 30 fake names, and the minimum paycheck monthly for individual names, the lowest was around $300. If you can get $300 for 30 people, just let's say the bare minimum, $300 for 30 people, 10 people, that's $3,000. Another 10, that's $3,000. Another 10, $3,000. That's $9,000 extra. Fake names. They were making money. We reported this before Cooper Crow was appointed for anything. Also, the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, the Ethics Committee of the Supreme Court, found Cooper Crow liable for duping his own clients as a lawyer. Ethics Committee of the Supreme Court. What is bigger than that? And those bad guys, I don't care. If you say, when I appoint the man to be Minister of Justice, I will appoint the man to be Minister of Labor. Somebody who is accused of labor malpractices as minister. You appointing, we're not even labor minister. That would just be post of telecommunication. Then you say, you know what? The way whatever you did at telecommunication, a small one there, come, let me give you the big job now. You are responsible for labor. That means Cooper Crow will not even do whatever he's doing at the Ministry of Labor, but he will go across agencies and government and other non-governmental organizations that he oversees to do what he has been doing and what he's good at. Do you know that SKTV, we have record? Maybe it's about time to bring this record out now. Cooper Crow was involved in a lot of malpractices as Minister of Post and Telecommunication, wherein money came into the ministry and he took it for himself. We have some of this information from people that serve under him at the ministerial level. We're not talking about small potato then. So if Joseph Nima Boakai, knowing all of the above, and decided to say this man is the guy, what do you expect? To say Joseph Boakai will dismiss or even caution this guy? If you think in that way, then you are daydreaming. Joseph Boakai himself is not law-abiding. How can Joseph Boakai remove somebody for violating the law when Joseph Boakai is the one in the vanguard of breaking the law? Have you forgotten the Tenu position? How people were illegally removed? So if Joseph Boakai is not adhering to the rule of law, paying attention to the Liberian Constitution, if Joseph Boakai is the main architect of breaking the law, if you expect Joseph Boakai to fire somebody for breaking the law, then you must be sick up there. If you expect him to do that. If it happens, we all should be surprised. But to say he will or he should, he's yet to show any respect for the rule of law. Just yesterday, the Supreme Court took a decision, and the man went and he did whatever he wanted to do, thereby violating the law. Joseph Boakai supposed to, Joseph Boakai took off to protect, defend the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. That he will do everything to the best of his ability. Say, so help me God. But Joseph Boakai consistently, on a daily basis, lying to the Liberian people. They even betraying the Liberian people. They even engaging in deception on a daily basis. Joseph Boakai just lied to the Liberian people just the other day. Say, you come here. We are somebody say, the government didn't say Joseph Boakai is signing war code. Joseph Boakai government said Joseph Nima Boakai is signing war code. Joseph Boakai, thank you for signing the war code document. The detail came out when we started to dig deeper to tell the Liberian people that this was a deception, that Joseph Nima Boakai did not sign any document called war code document. It is just a document that Joseph Boakai signed to tell the Liberian people, say, I'm going to open office. The office that will be used to create war economic crime code. But they deceivingly told the Liberian people that Joseph Boakai already signed the war crime document. That's the message they sent to the whole world, including Liberians in the hinterland, people that don't even read, write, or understand anything. They told them to Joseph Boakai already signed the war crime document, thereby willfully deceiving the Liberian people, knowingly deceiving the Liberian people. Those are violations of the oath of office, Steve. So Joseph Boakai got no respect for his own oath of office. He got no regard for the rule of law. He practiced no, understanding of the law. Everything he's doing, he is doing it at the mercies of his handlers. People that actually use Joseph Boakai. And, in Liberia, they say the beat their pepper in his mouth, do whatever they want to do. He just sat there, like a robot, accepting everything. The other Boakai is not in control, so don't expect anything. If Prince Johnson decides, say, you know what, remove Copper Crown, definitely he'll be removed. If Prince Johnson says Copper Crown should be fired, replaced with somebody else, if Prince Johnson is not happy with Copper Crown's dealings, definitely he'll be removed. But as long Prince Johnson continues, as long Copper Crown continues to enjoy the blessing of Prince Johnson, nothing will happen to him.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. So, just quickly in other news before we pivot to the lawmakers, because that's what we want to focus this segment on for the most part. Before we pivot to the lawmakers, in other news, even though you did not see pictures, but the Joseph Nima Boakai led government met with some officials here in the U.S. regarding the War and Economic Crimes Code issues. And they were disappointed in him. They told him. They told him that was not the arrangement. That's why you see Joseph Boakai passing around here, you know what he was doing in America. Nobody getting no face. He didn't come out with nothing. They told him he should go back and put his head together. They told Joseph Boakai that. And we want to, on SKT, we want to challenge the United Party to say that lie. They had a meeting. And we'll bring details of the meeting also. They did have a meeting. And they told him that funny play where he put his life together. They told him that. Joseph Nima Boakai was told that. So what are you and Prince Johnson? Prince Johnson will go and face themselves. He and Young will go and put themselves together. That one on it, we don't care. But they told him that he was deceptive, and what he did was not what was agreed upon, and that's not what's supposed to be done. All that office nonsense thing, what they're doing, they told him to put his head together. And I want to agree with Sekou. That Joseph Boakai is not law-abiding. I don't have no expectations, no hope that he will let Copper Crown go. Because the Joseph Boakai man, he said, is not law-abiding. I want to say again, Joseph Nima Boakai is not law-abiding. When he took office, even before taking office, he started breaking the law in the country. When Yeke went to ask him, they took it personal. and they started attacking Yega Koluba. Listen, what are you let Yega or the way Yega can talk? You not let the way Yega can talk. You can still get a message. That's the most important thing.
Steve, just 1 second, right? Or maybe like a 30 second.
Go ahead, please.
Joseph Boakai appointed Francis Numali. After Francis Numali told the world, I'm a former rebel, I'm a killer. That's what I did to protect my people. Joseph Boakai didn't care about that record because of his sister's son. He appointed him.
Yes, he started
appointed Steve Zago to be the head of the immigration when he was caught in Masantan for involving in trouble war between the Loma people and the Madingo people. Joseph Boakai didn't care about that record. Joseph Boakai didn't care about the record when he appointed the new superintendent in
Grenchida,
who was fired for being a liar. With no, with no iota of dignity or proud. Joseph Boakai said, you know what? I will appoint him, I don't care. Similarly, Joseph Boakai brought on board everybody that Joe Weah fired. Joe Weah said they were non-entity, they were non-governmental material. Joseph Boakai brought them on board. The likes of Eugene Fangon, D. Flo, Prince Johnson, Bob Naked, all the people then that nobody could really stomach to say, you know what, these people are not valuable assets. These are bad apples. They don't want to bring on board. But Joseph Boakai was proud to bring those people on board against all odds. What do you think Joseph Boakai will do? Joseph Boakai is not expected to do anything. Absolutely nothing. It will only get worse until the Liberian people themselves take upon themselves and take action. We'll continue to see the worst.
Thank you, Mr. Kai. So I want to welcome Lawrence quickly before we get into the second segment here. Lawrence, how are you, my man? I don't know if you hear me. What's going on? How are you? How's everything? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the conversation.
Well, I'm okay, Steve. I'm okay. I'd like to say good evening to all of you. Good evening to the CEO, Mr. Kane. Good evening to Mo, my man Sekou. President Mo, good evening to all of you. Even though I've tried to make it, the ring is not easy here. But at least I'm on the show. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah, I face things.
So we've been talking about it. We've been talking about the executive branch of government.
Yeah.
Especially the president.
Quickly, brother. Quickly, Steve.
Yeah. Let me get 30 seconds real quick.
Yeah, please. Thank you very much. Joseph Boakai employing people that George Weah fire. It could be any of us or anybody. Somebody may have some issues with someone personally that is not on professional basis and fire someone. And you come back and take that person, and that person may be good because you don't have any personal thing with them. Corporal Crow will fire now because Corporal Crow did something wrong under George Weah government. It was later that it came up. Corporal Crow will fire because they spotted him at the United Party program, said no government official should go there. So to come and say Joseph Boakai himself is not law-abiding, if someone who is not law-abiding take a country to lead, then where is that country going? So do you think the Liberian people saw Joseph Boakai as not law-abiding and when they elected him? Look, the issue is the people who Joseph Boakai appointed, some of them will fail him. And if he finds them failing him, he shouldn't wait to see whether they're failing him for true. Because he said, it's not going to be business as usual. So once you find people doing things and people start to raise red flag, do a quick investigation, prop into that matter. If that person will be dismissed, let them be dismissed and you bring someone on board. It's a challenge to him. President Boakai, wake up. Open your eyes and see what's going on because this is a complete challenge. But for me, I'm here to say Joe Boakai is not law-abiding. I believe he's one of the citizens who is very much law-abiding in this country, and that's why the Liberian people choose him to be president in this country. That's why they elected him.
Okay,
that's
thank you.
Let me respond to what the guy is saying.
Hold on.
No, Steve, it's not
I want to say something.
Yeah, but wait, you will respond or you will react to what Sheku said. Sheku Kurman said. But I just wanted to ask Sheku Kurma one question before you react.
Okay.
Sheku Kurma, do you live in Liberia or you live in different country?
I live in Liberia.
Okay, thank you.
Very
Go ahead.
specific.
I don't think, and I love that question. I didn't think why you interrupted me because I was just about to ask the same. Copper crop, maybe it might not be the very reason they were fired from our government, but there were red flags that were raised concerning Copper crop when they first appointed him. Copper crop defrauded his own client of money. The judges in Liberia, they wrote an entire report about ethical violation from Copper crop. That why Steve said it, right? Joseph Boakai is not respecter of the law because this thing came out before he was even appointed, and yet then still Joseph Boakai still sent him to labor ministry. Now, when you are labor, you're dealing with business people and labor law. I ain't see no different. I think he will be exposed to more financial crimes at the labor ministry as compared to even the justice department. So if you look at a man that can defraud his own client and you send him to the labor ministry, I mean, you don't have regard for the law. And Joseph
and more to add to your point,
violated the very code of conduct on multiple occasions.
Ethics committee.
Yeah, ethics committee.
For him guilty of that.
What are you talking about, bro? Anyway, let's stop it for that.
So we're transitioning the Copper Crash case, and that's why I asked Sheku Kurma where he is, and I like the fact that he said he's in Liberia and so forth. Maybe he missed some of this news or this information. That's why I just asked him, But to be very frank with you, the mere fact that Copper Crash had all of these things on him, and Joseph Boakai stay appointed him, like they got no other Liberian that could be appointed or that qualify for that position, it means Joseph Boakai himself is the problem. And the fact, this is why sometimes we'll sit on the show, people get very with us. The play where the two Emmy are let to talking. Joseph Yuma Boakai, who served in government for more than 25 years, who served in government, the only work he has done through all his life is to be in government. It's not a serious-minded man. Let me tell you today, no disrespect to him, but he is not serious to do what is right. I'm being very honest with you. Who told you he doesn't know Copper Crash? Who told you that? Who told you he doesn't know Copper Crash? I was small soil. Who told you he doesn't know that? That's stop playing around. Who thought he didn't listen to Yumale, to Francis Yumale, telling the word that he's a rebel and he wanted to go kill someone? Who told you Joseph Boakai didn't listen to that? Joseph Boakai does not know that. Joseph Boakai appointed him that his sister's son, not nepotism, and you want to sit down and say, the Papa Siwa, your leader Papa story. Joseph Boakai is not a serious-minded man. He will not do what is right because it's not in him. I'm being very honest. Before we go to the next step, let me give you one more instant. The managing director of the FDA, Rudolph Merab, there was an entire expose written about him. How he is anti-conservationist. He's not he do illegal logging. He was banned by international or forestry authority. And Joseph Boakai, even though the report were out, he still went and appointed him FDA director. And he sat on the board of Rudolph Magrasma, his illegal company that he had running that was doing illegal forestation or deforestation. So Joseph Boakai doesn't have a single regard for the laws in Liberia because it never happened once, it never happened twice, it never happened 3 or 4 that we can name a litany of issues that Joseph Boakai violated the very law, even up to the code of conduct. So why you here to defend my brother? I know you can go play quarterback, but certain things they are not worth defending. They are not. But anyway, we'll start. Joseph Boakai appoints he takes shady character people and appoints them. It speaks volume of him. It does. Let's be very honest. It does. If you want to do what is right, do what is right. You don't want to do what is right, leave it. Don't come and say let move the person or do what is wrong. You can't do worse than that person. But anyway, let's move on to the next.
Yeah. So to Seku's point, I just wanted to clarify because he spoke about reasons why somebody might be appointed or dismissed from one government and be appointed to the other government, and he only limited his response to Copper Crash. I just wanted to
only use Copper Crash as an example.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I say. You limited your response to Copper Crash. Maybe you willfully do so because you want to use him as an example. But just to tell you, For example, Eugene Fangon was fired because of ethical problem. It was not personal problem. Like you said, maybe somebody may have personal problem with somebody. No. Fangon was fired for ethical problem. Number one, Fangon was flagged by the United States for being a divisionist, especially for a country that saw years of war that started from tribalism, nepotism, corruption, and the United States flagged Fangon as a Confucianist, as a tribalist, whose behavior could give birth to the ugly past. For that, he was suspended by George Weah. And he continues the same behavior. He was eventually fired. In fact, because of his behavior, at some point, Fangon was regarded by the legislature of the Liberia as a non-governmental material.
Yep.
So Fangon was not fired because of personal problem. Fangon campaigned for George Weah. Fangon was one of the, able lieutenant of the CDC during their campaign. He was the one that, we're talking about the cartels. Fangon was rewarded. But because of lack of ethical value, he was fired. Then he was hired by Joseph Nima Boakai as one of the frontline soldiers. Anywhere around the world, if you will, if you know the history of Milton Bly, you will not proudly accept Milton Bly calling himself rescue soldier on your team, given his history. You can forgive him if the people decide to forgive him, but you will not be proud to make him one of your proud soldiers. If you actually thinking right, if you're a good person with moral attitude. So those are just few things. Joseph Boakai proved to the war and the Liberian people that he cares less about your record, he cares less about who you are, he doesn't care about whatever you do, all he cares about if you support him, you're okay. Yeke Koluba did everything to George Weah. Yeke Koluba was begged by Joseph Boakai, by Nyomli Kangalore, by the entire rescue team to be on their team. The minute Yeke Koluba decided to call them out to do the right thing, Yeke Koluba became the villain. Yeke Koluba is the worst thing in Liberia right now. If they got a man, they can kill him. That's who they are. Joseph Boakai is not doing this thing in isolation. He does this. It's not like he doesn't know what's going on. He knows exactly what's going on. He's just a wicked person, and he doesn't mean well for Liberia. Period.
Thank you, Mr. Khan.
And Steve, and yet to climax, second point. You know the one fundamental difference between Joseph Boakai and any other leaders when you really follow him, right? It's one thing when you appoint people to a position before information surfaces about them.
Yeah.
In the case of Joseph Boakai, this information will come out. He will be aware of it, but still he will ignore them and still appoint those people.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
We flag all of these things out to be on to protect.
They will be in the newspaper, they will be on the radio, they will be on all the talk shows.
We did on here
them and stay appoint them.
We did. There was nothing hidden about copper crack. In fact, it was the pressure that made them say to water down copper crack from being Minister of Justice to go into labor. But let's get to the lawmakers because we have talked about the executive.
Oh yeah, the biggest cartel in Liberia.
Yeah, let's get to the lawmakers. Mr. Kane, I know before we get to the money that is allegedly allocated to them, I know we have a listing of lawmakers. You know, some of them many that were many. That were brother then, that was sister then, that were woman. Some of them are papi then. But you know the good thing about SKTV, we the one can be walking and be chewing gum. We can be cool with Sheku Kroma. But once corruption Benin Council will bring Sheku Kroma story also. Oh yes, you can rest assured on that one. Yes. If somebody calls Sheku Kroma and give you money to kind of talk funny thing, y'all relax. We'll bring a story outside now. We don't want to do that one. So today, our men were passing around here talking integrity and all kind of things. Mr. Kane, you have a list over there? For all our men that, all the men that say something.
Before I can call the list, I just want to give our listener an idea of the business model from our lawmaker. Our people, the way how these guys operate, right? Man, it's sad. But go ahead. I don't know. You can call it.
Let me hear the list first.
So what happened here?
Steve, I will call it academic report by the principal.
Let's get it.
So something is happening here. We have some people on the list, and we have informed them they're willing to come on the show to defend themselves. So we should not call the list. Let it come. When they hear, then we'll talk about it. Because
Lord,
listen to what happened here. We have few people that have publicly denied. We got other people that have not denied. They said they were misled by Joseph Wakai. And
the local last night you made that time when you made with that roasted me, I put that list down. Me? I'm going to call all New York BS.
Mr. Kane, I beg you, please. You need to call that list, but I beg you, Mr. Kane. Please.
We'll do it. Because the thing is, you remember when Chairman Musa Blede said here that all of them we already received money to furnish their offices. Remember that?
Yeah. They received it. Yeah, too.
And that was 4,500.
Yes, it's in the budget.
Okay. Then another 4,500 were given to the block from the Joseph Wagasa.
And Yeke said it, they said Allah.
And when Yeke said Allah, they said Allah.
Yes.
Now SKTV have the record of some of them even telling people that Yeke to wait. If you allow the thing, we're not going to get our thing. Mm-hmm. And after when they went to the store to receive it, they call Yeke and they call other people, tell them say you can go and alarm now. We didn't get our own.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, they have the audacity to call or other platforms and to publicly accuse SKTV for lying on them, calling them corrupt, calling their names.
Yeah.
They are clean. So now we know that they are not clean, and we have record to prove that they are not clean. So we have informed some of them. They say, please don't say anything. I want to come there to defend myself.
Now the funny minute list. Funny minute that it is. We get
so SKTV will
SK call the names of the people. Let them come and say.
We didn't do that today.
Okay, we'll hold a list. Wait now.
Last time you were here, we'll finish this day. The next one come out today. I said no.
Yeah, we'll hold a list.
I didn't know that you were going to come here and can't talk about us.
We'll hold a list for tomorrow. Let me tell you something.
Let's hold it.
If you own that list,
but it's 100% sure. I can tell you
100%.
Yes, Steve, I got 110%. I assure you that yes, indeed, some of them, not only that they admitted that they took the second money, but they also on record of calling Yeke. They say, Yeke, please, don't blow the alarm yet.
Yeah, we'll call everything.
And they went to the store. Some of them collected cash. Some of them collected material value of the 4,500.
Yeah.
And turn around and tell Yeke, say, well, you can go ahead now. There you go.
You know, Yeke is always right. That's why I'm giving the name.
Yeah.
Yeke is the most credible public servant in Liberia. I don't know in history, but in recent memory, in this modern era of ours, I cannot name one lawmaker. Maybe people say Charles Bronskin. Maybe by then I was not too old into politics. I never to follow it like I'm following it now. But I can't name of any single lawmaker in Liberia that come very close to his prediction. I mean, when it comes to accuracy about his forecast, and when it comes to credibility, Yeke Koluba is number one in Liberia.
Monga, let me respond to something real quick. Somebody said why we didn't call Cooper Crown and others before we discussed them in public. You just don't. If you don't know, ask question. Not only Cooper Cry, even Prince Johnson. We call him. We call Cooper Cry. We call everybody, man. SKTV, we're not just regular talk show. We do investigation. In fact, we got information, we let confirm it with you, either deny or confirm before we can come and talk about it. If you are not responsive, then you will leave with no option but to come to the public. But if you are responsive, you try to cooperate, you try to tell us, give us more information, of course, we'll work with you.
Yeah.
So Mr. Kane.
It work. In fact, the last time, Steve, let me just say this. The last time we got some information about Senator Prince Johnson, SKTV placed a call. He picked up the phone. Senator, this is X, Y, and Z from SKTV. He said, what? This is X, Y, and Z person from SKTV. We got X, Y, and Z information. We are calling for you to either deny or confirm. What say you? The senator said, let me call you right back.
Well, because
the senator was shocked as to how SKTV got this information. I'm talking about Senator Prince Johnson. Little did we know, we started getting calls from some elders on Nimba County. Oh, Ziku, oh, you can't do this. You know, you're from Nimba. They met our senior senator, our Pape. You got to respect the man. You can't be the one from Nimba destroying your fellow Nimayan, blah, 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 all kinds of stuff. So I'm just telling you, we go extra miles in connecting with people who got information on you. We don't just talk about it. In fact, Yomble did the same thing. When we received the information that the city, the party chairman, the party officials, local officials, they wanted somebody to serve as superintendent of Grand Bassa County, but Yomble wanted whole protege, somebody to see how on payroll, somebody to see controls. She wanted that person. She already had the list. Chudabaka was not the one making the appointments. When we got the information, we placed a call to Yomble. She didn't pick up. We communicated with her, informing her the reason for the call. We have X, Y, and Z information regarding the superintendent and other positions that you are supporting and you want to be appointed in such position. We're trying to confirm or deny, for you to confirm or deny the information. Guess what you normally did? They didn't even wait for the next day, that same night, because they didn't want us to come and talk about it in public, to create public sentiment against them. She went ahead and sent the list out to Kula Fofana. And guess what? We now have record and recording on people, some people there. Let me call their name. Let me, Joe, you can know. Sylvester Grisby, Kula Fofana, Yomli Kanga Lawrence, and some other people. We have recording now where negotiations were made about what position somebody could get, and before it can be published, who was asking for how much.
Yeah.
Before the list came, before they can make it on the list.
Yeah, we got a story, yeah.
But that will be for another day.
Yeah.
So we don't just run with information. We talk to people, we call them, we communicate with them, we want to know exactly if these are true, if these are information, this information on you are correct. You either deny or confirm. If you cannot try to play deaf ear, we expose it. But we don't just go around looking for dirt on people, running with it and scattering all over the place. We don't do that. It's our country. We're all family. We're all brothers and sisters. But what we will not do, we're not conspired against the country to protect anybody. So that's why when we hear the information, we reach out to you for you to come clean. Let us know what you know. If you play deaf ear, then we'll definitely expose it. So I just want to clarify that.
So Mr. Kane, I want to make time to get on a line, but let's take the next minute to get to the line. Let's take the next maybe 2 or 3 minutes quickly before we open the lines. So let's talk about these lawmakers because tomorrow we'll go into depth. We're saying it because we want the lawmakers, we want the right thing to be done. We don't have a problem with y'all, but we want you to do the right thing. We want you to do the right thing.
Steve, are you going to take calls today? I don't know. I don't think we can talk about the whole.
Yeah. So more. I think we'll
do it tomorrow.
Yeah, let's take calls. Yeah, let's take calls.
We'll do it tomorrow. We'll tell the chief justice and the lawmaker then tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll hold on our board then today. All the one who will be shouting and making beam on the interrogate people. We get your name. We on it. But anyway, yeah. Several comments are confused today. He just come back later. He don't know what's going on. But several open the line and several said that's smiling today. Several are ill.
SKT will get several Quran so baptism by fire on the platform. I told you when you hang around the barbershop long enough, you get a haircut.
Oh, we hear you out. We can hear you.
You're muted. Let me see if I can do it. We can unmute you from here. Yeah, you got to unmute yourself, Sekou.
0881 1435 04 0776 105 105 0881 1435 04 0776 105 105. Those of you who are out there and will be a part of the program, let's hear you. You put your calls on 0881 1435 04 0776 105 105. Hello.
Good evening, this is French, Maryland.
Prince, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yes, so let me say this to my ANC or panelists who still again.
There's no ANC panelists, my man. You just try your thing, go.
One from that person is still there again. That you don't need any approval from them to do elaborate movement. They will talk from now. Yes. Women will work at the will and pleasure of government people. All what they are saying is true. That's not blah. They don't get everything of that. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to the
We're not even hearing that person. I don't know, man. For some reason, the calls nowadays looking different.
You're not hearing it? Hello?
Yeah, we're not hearing everything like I was saying.
Are you hearing it?
So when nowhere, then let me go try it to the B and C as to whether we take calls from there.
You call from where?
No,
From
From Tudi. Welcome. Let's hear you.
I want to say thank you very much, Sekou, from my husband. I want to say thank you, and I say on the show. I want to let my ready say that you came on the show. And I say always thank you and very educated.
are you guys hearing the guy, the caller?
Yeah, strong, and I say educated, and I say a very pleasure your topic. All right, and I say consider to be a good job. And I'm going to say thank you.
Thank you. Let's take another person. Hello? Hello? Your name, what you call? Your line is breaking, Anita. Seriously. Hello?
Hello?
Your name, where you calling from?
It's a burger. I was in a call from Pinsville to be precise.
Welcome. Let's hear you.
Well, you know, the issues about Gaza is so confusing. I mean, with the kind of thing people always say about him, he a man with knowledge and other that. See, all of these things he are doing, basic people. Where in the world you would take a soldier man and carry words of them people? For example, he told him why Johnson is carrying him to NSA. I told Papina who was staying in that place for almost 30 some years and getting a passport. That kind of thing. An army man will always be an army man. So this is a civilian people and you say you're carrying him there because you're a security man. So everything he does just displaying things. You see? Pouring our money, starting from here and there with no good result. So we don't know what we're yelling. Thank you for the show, man.
Thank you. Put your calls on 0881 1435 04 0776 105 105. 081 1435 04 0776 105 105. Let's hear you this evening. We'll go to the line, take this pricing. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you calling from? Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I listened to your point. The issue there is very much confusing. How a foreign president for selecting people to work in your government who are we suppose although legal funny against people when the former president started is against the law that the current president appointed. So another issue when you bring Americans that bring the issue of this, so it should be that should be fair with the audience. You can't bring a president for appointing people that former president started. That is basically all the legal funny against it. And the next time they bring it up, it should be something that people kind of or the public.
Thank you. Let's go to the line, take another person. Hello. Hello.
Hello, say Ganta.
You call from Ganta?
Yeah, Ganta City.
What's your name?
I'm
All right, go ahead. Let's hear you.
I want to give information to Sekou that it was not the brother told that you know it was for me. So clear information. I want to say that also that the SATV or secretary of them information they can bring so they can decide so information they can give so Peter what they appointed all the audience all of them something about the problem so and mama so anybody so there's like personal problem so
your line is very, very bad, bro. Very, very bad.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Put your calls on 081 1435 0776 105 105. And let's hear you this evening. 881 1435 0776 105 105. Hello.
Good evening.
Your name, where you calling from?
I'm joining you from Carwell.
Please be audible. Just amplify your voice, yeah?
Yes, I said, Anthony, joining from Carwell.
Anthony, welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you so much. You guys are giving some other issues. This foreign president for this of corruption people. We have the inaugurations of 73,000 with 73 districts. Given by the chairman, I'm under no report. We talk about the Minister of Such Nation and said there was a corruption problem between many people from the social security, which still behind that they don't even day for we need. We have a lot of issues that we expect the women to go through and see how best thing can be arranged. But we are doubting because this is a president that we believe in so much that we think that he will do much. But what we are hearing to now, we are hearing from disaster. I don't know. Now he went to blame Visa. We don't know. There was no information.
Please speak a little bit louder. You're speaking too low.
He went to blame Visa. The trip of Guinea Bissau, we don't know how does it go there. What is the trip? Our president, we don't know who's sitting behind there. We don't know. So these things are somehow, somewhere.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's take this pricing. We don't know how he went to Guinea-Bissau. Hello?
Yeah, I've been struggling, but people say they can hear them. I've been struggling to hear the call.
Hello?
Your name, where you calling from?
I'm Esther Kamara from Taboro.
Kamara, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, you people were talking about one crowd, then caught on camera. Was he in any election? Like, committing murder or like I should say rebel. You guys were saying that he was on camera. He was on camera.
What did you hear? What did you hear from the? What did you hear from us?
Yes, Steve saying that he was a little rebel.
No, we saw you on camera. We saw you on camera fasting and praying.
They said so many things. Clarify because I know he's a labor minister right now. But he being on camera is for such an act. Thing he's also he's not fit for that position. So that's the reason I called him. Whether he was really seen on camera doing something that was illegal or he was there with Johnson. I just want to clarify that.
All right, thank you. She wants to know if he was actually caught on camera.
Yeah, so if she's still listening, let her go and watch the video on YouTube where President Doe's ear was being cut off by the order of Prince Johnson, the person that can walk to counter Prince Johnson. I mean, do you remember me? You must say we're in the university. It's been alleged that that's Copper Crab. Let Copper Crab sit down here.
Thank you, Siku. Thank you very much. Some of those things you just send it to me. You want me to play? I can play.
Hey.
Copper Crab, small soil.
Hello.
And family.
How are you?
Oh, doing great.
Welcome. Let's hear you. Name where you calling from.
I am fast food. My name is fast food command. Yeah, I'm joining on the canopy of the Good Governance Initiative.
The canopy of the what?
The Good Governance Initiative. It's all things. So started thinking very more robust. I've been around for some time now. Speaking against within the framework of Liberia.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear you.
First of all, let me extend gratitude to your English, your diaspora English.
I beg you, just calm down and speak straight to the issue. You're speaking too much BB book right now, yeah?
Yeah, let me first of all extend congratulations for able president. At least immediately I returned to the executive function. In the last 6 years, that place was empty. Yes, relatively speaking, that place was very empty. At least that bureau now is taking off a seat among the Committee of Nations. Every of the travel in countries around the world, most especially one of our African countries.
Okay.
Taking off a lot of relationship that we got over the last 6 years.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you very much. You went 1 minute.
So it's all the time, press singing without saying anything.
You're looking for good governance job.
Yeah, I ain't even know what's in it, man, yet.
Labra have returned to Committee of Nations. Now we have some
Which Committee of Nations? Guinea-Bissau and Kosovo?
Yeah, Committee of Nations.
That Guinea-Bissau and Kosovo? They're not serious.
Steve get problem. Put your calls on 081 14 35 04 0776 105 105. Let's hear you this evening. If you are there, we are here. We got 3 minutes, right, to go.
You know what?
Let's take this question. Hello?
Be fine.
How are you?
I'm okay. Your name, where you calling from?
Okay.
Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the topic under discussion. I call in to express some disappointment, some people, the way they approach issue, especially when a topic is being introduced, and then they call, then deviate and talk differently, like a recent caller, talking about community or nation. The community or nation we're talking here. The topic is a series of activities that we carry on by his government, and what are the advantages to the
know, there's a lot people can say in school. Because you know, after essay question or presentation. Yeah. So, just to thank you people because I think you people to continue to do what you're doing to educate the illiterate. We the illiterate, I'm included. You know, because in our ignorance, we are being used to do the wrong thing. So you keep educating us. Our people in the interior, they don't know what you're doing. At least it's opening the minds of them.
Thank you.
Maybe by the time next person, things will be all right.
Thank you very much. We squeeze in this person to be our last lucky caller. Hello?
Hello.
Please amplify your voice. Your name, where you calling from?
I'm Joe B. Massa. We're calling from Akata City, McGill County.
Joe Massacre, welcome. Let's hear you.
I thank you for your platform. You know, when it comes to Copocraft issue, we wait to see the president action to take. Because for me, I am a strong supporter of the worker, but the issue of Copocraft is bad. And the issue even against the civil service or any other. So to see the next action of the president. So let's just get a personal change, better. Worker trust that believing he will do better for us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. The issue of Copocraft is bad. You're a supporter, but you don't support Copocraft appointment. Thank you very much. All right, it's back to you. SK.
Thank you so much. Thanks to our callers. Let's get some reactions quick before we can leave the radio with you guys. Monk, Mr. Kane, let's get some reactions from you guys really quick. Monk, what say you? What's your reaction?
Well, I love the reaction from our people. You know, the one thing about SKTV, we don't put tens of thousands on social media, but SKTV is well positioned to be a conduit for most of the information our people will need. We are all over the country, and the vast majority of our people, they were a full listening to radio as compared to buying data. So it's the one advantage. That's why when I come on this platform, I try to do my best to do my research, to make my follow-up so that our people are getting the right information. Every morning I wake up from bed, I look for something positive about Liberia because if the country is doing better, we all going to benefit in the long run. But it's just tough to see good news about our country, which is very sad. And the callers, they said, well, they spoke their mind, and we will keep doing this as long as we are here. We'll keep playing the right role when it comes to giving the right information to our listeners, because over time it will pay dividend. This time it's not social media. You know, we bought into this myth that social media was more powerful. But the question is, how many people have access? Our regular Oma or Papena on the farm, that in the villages, that in the Bokonjile, everywhere, only the radio they are counting on. And once SKTV have the leverage of being everywhere in the country, I think we owe it to ourselves, and then we carry the greater responsibility of giving them the right information. So I'm okay with it, with the responses to this thus far from the callers. It was okay.
You can go to Melbourne and Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence, let's hear from you. What Lawrence, Sheku, and Melbourne. Let's hear from Lawrence first. Lawrence, what's going on, my man?
Well, I'm happy this evening from this side of Liberia, especially our people who listen to them talking on the radio, expressing their dissatisfaction. So that's it. This is Liberia. We know we stay here and we hear. Every day we'll come and educate our people. He who have ears, let him hear. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Melbourne, what say you, my man?
Well, nothing much. Like the old man said that which type of goose are we buying? Whether it's wet goose or it's dry goose, we still waiting. And we hope and pray that tomorrow Segu we put out the listing so that we can know which type of goose that we are buying, whether it's wet goose or dry goose. Good night. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
there is fire.
Yep.
President Boakai, it's time to listen. You got 6 years to go, and if you must leave a mark as a legacy for this country, you got to be careful with people who you appoint based on recommendation, because some of those people were never closer to you. But because some sort of people came and did their own support as a reciprocation. This is my own uprising. Please appoint them. That's why you appointed some people. If it's backfiring at this early stage, please, Papi, start thinking about it and listening to this platform. The guys here are mechanic. They are fixing the car. That's where I stop.
Thank you so much. Mr. Kane, what say you? What is your reaction from our people hearing?
So the colors, they were marvelous. I love the colors. And that is the part of the show I love more than anything. The reactions, whether it's negative or positive against or for SKTV, I don't really care. But that's the part that I love. Because based on the people's reaction, we can know that the message is going through, that they are listening.
Mhm.
And with that, I can't thank enough our partners, Truth FM, Former Radio, Top FM, and other platforms that we used to disseminate information. Believe me, I'm grateful to you guys. And I'm calling on our supporters, follow and well wishers to continue to support SKTV. We will not disappoint you. We'll continue to do our best. Our guys on the ground, they are all grounded and seasoned when it comes to information. Trust me. Don't see or disagree. But all of these guys you see here, they are all well-informed individuals. Sometimes they may not talk the way you expect them to talk. We can do most of the talking. But they got more information, but you may not know. So respect them, support them, do whatever you can to keep the SKTV going. And to our stakeholders, continue to support us. And those of you who are not stakeholders, but you support us every day, every now and then, both morally, socially, and financially, we appreciate you. Continue to support SKTV. We got a lot of big things, coming up, a whole lot of big things. And I can tell you, you'll always be proud of SKTV. And thanks to all our guys on the ground, including those that you see their faces here and the ones that are not seeing their faces. They're all doing great. Thank you, guys.
So today we'll try to leave on the 2 hours mark, just to ensure that, because we can't do everything today. But let me say this, as always, when you come on SKTV, I know Melbourne asking whether that dry goose or that west goose. In Ivory Coast, they get a word called mélanger. It means to mix up. The goose that we have, our electorates have gotten, they got mélanger goose. Now, I'm not saying it means a goose mixed up. It mixed up with dry and wet. So that funny goose. But let me say this, though. We're not saying everybody in government is bad. No. We're not saying all Joseph Human Bwaga appointees are bad. No, that's not what we're saying. If we were to say that, then I mean we ourselves are not fair and we're not realistic. What we are saying is anyone who will make the government need to appear bad or to be bad, such as Copper Kra and other people who are engaged in corrupt practices and disrespecting the rule of law, President Joseph Yuma Bwaga should muster the courage to say, okay, and he said to other people, and he said to Emmanuel Gongwa that and now everybody can start again. Maybe they may not need to go sit down now. At the time to go sit down. And the time government let it be finished. President Joseph Bwaga must do what is right. He must. Because we brought him to power on the basis that he will correct George Weah's mistake. And we will hold a feet to fire. You can call, you can try to divert, whatever it is. I like that the gentleman that spoke lastly, who said people must stick with the conversation in the top. If you just stick with the topic of the day, we'll be fine. But again,
you mean the guy who said he didn't talk about
some people can say in school. That's true.
The Committee of Nations.
Yes. So I want to say this last thing to all of us. Those of you listening to the radio, let's support SKTV. Let me tell you something. We're not going nowhere we are. And there is nobody that can buy us to shut up. Let me tell you today. We're willing to work with anybody, everybody, provided if you want to do the right thing. If Joseph Bwaga changes the course today and say he will do what is right for the Liberian poor, you'll say you will be shocked. You'll say Joseph Bwaga paying us. You'll say you don't get part of it buying us.
Sure.
But as long as they're not on the red path, you can rest assured.
No, that statement is not fair. That statement that nobody buying you. Let me tell you, especially our people in the diaspora. You count on SKTV. We go in the trenches. We do the research. We come up and give you the right information every single day. We do our best to put the politics aside. So for our diaspora folks, when we come here on Friday, when my offering basket come, and you're not living up to expectation, don't be surprised when you see me crossing the aisle and joining Papa thing that it will be your fault. So I hope you can step on your game for our guys back there in the operation of SKT. Look, Steve.
Folks are breaking news of Monson with cross camera.
I'm telling you, because look, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Let
me making munchie in the feed.
Oh yeah, let me tell you something. Media is business. The operational cost alone, you get these guys on the ground. You got people. For me, I mean, in the US, we can turn our way around. We can be able to afford things for ourselves here. Our guys over there, you talk about the weather, the scratch card. You know how those mobile corporations or mobile companies they can even nickel and dime their customer. You buy the mini, and the next thing you know, it's gone in plain sight because they don't have regulations where they have to really put the feet on the fire concerning those mobile carrier, how they use people data. But
you are correct. Let me take it back. I beg you. Let me take my statement back, folks. SKTV is not for sale. However, we need your support.
Yeah.
Let me take it back. And Monk said, let me say it to you. If your car will be on funny play, a single come out call me from all the way going to and say, Mama, let's face things. I will face things. Yeah, I will face things. Some money you hear me talking funny thing. I'm not here for you. Because your story too long. You got melange goose. And we're not in a melange business.
But you know what though? Before we go, I want to hear from Mabel. You know Mabel wanted to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, I just want to just say thanks to Brazilian mom. You know, it's not easy. And you're it, and that's just the fact because we go through a lot. But I'll be one of get complain. Because the reason why we get complain, we are the watchdog, you know. When you come out to crowd, the people feel that maybe, but let me be frank. All of the companies in this country that where people are even protesting, can you imagine that media institutions are not even getting businesses? You might be Sheku there. I don't even know why they're even getting business. And that's the thing. So Sheku, I think sometimes we're going to take one day to just look at the media institutions and see how the media have been overlooked in this country for so many years. That you'll be working like, in fact, you're not even working. One time, it's not frustrating. But again, that's it. And we got to go. Thanks to you all. Thanks to Brazilian mom.
Are we taking calls here or not? Because some people are not calling.
A couple of calls from the US from our people.
Yeah, let's take a few calls from the US.
Few.
Yeah, but what are people talking? Lauren, Shani, if you put the fuck on Lauren, you on a channel.
Okay.
Oh, I would see you.
Just now?
Okay.
I said 125. But I broke it down.
Okay. The person said, I'm not call their name, but they gave something. Okay. All right. I can see it. The person, I can read the breakdown here. The person said $25 for Seku, $25 for Lawrence, and then $50 for the baby. And then the rest for SKTV, $125.
The baby, I need a blue label, right?
But they won't make one thing live already now. See, the baby.
Yeah. What we do?
And then
so Steve, and transfer we know OBA.
Yeah, but I'm looking at Mabel, not make it Mabel.
Not make it.
Yeah, but so I thought there was a lot of other calls, but that was a caller. We thank that caller for sending $125. They said $25 for Sekou, $25 for Lawrence, and $50 for Mabel. So that means $25 for SKTV, right? How are you looking at it?
Yeah, because it's 125. So,
so Mabel got more money than SKTV?
Yeah, that's a Friday contribution right there.
No problem. You know that a new baby now.
No, listen, maybe when I use the baby Benedo Sonny or because even Lawrence get baby boy, he get nothing get baby too.
Lawrence they got new baby, my man.
No, we talked behind closed door. We discussed it yesterday. So lead that story. And
let me say a big thank you. Let me say a big thank you to whoever that sent the money.
Yeah, it is one of the support of SKT, she said she shouldn't call her name.
Yeah, thank you so much, and we're really glad. Whatever you sent to any of us is SKTV that brought us on the show, and SKTV is really going through it to keep the radio stations on with data and gasoline. That's not small thing. So whoever that will want to make a contribution, we encourage you to please do. Is helping all of us, and we really appreciate you so much. So much we appreciate you. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Kane, before I take leave of the show, I'd like to say thanks to the person who sent the money. I'm grateful. I hope and pray that God will richly bless them. Blesses the hand I give her. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much, my man. We appreciate you guys, man. You guys are the best.
Okay,
so,
thank
you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, what's our US caller, our diaspora, our base?
Yeah, the lines are open. If people call, we can take a few calls.
Yeah, but Mr. Cannon, before we take a few calls tomorrow, we just want to give him a hint. Tomorrow, we are following the news in Liberia as we speak now. Tomorrow, please don't miss a show. Tomorrow, not only that we'll focus on the lawmakers, but it's also reported that there's a company that fled out of Liberia. A company left Liberia, a logging company. We'll discuss it a little bit tomorrow.
My man, on you, Steve.
Yeah, what you say?
The way you sound it right now, you look like you were John Sekou Nkrumah to take small thing for the government, so you can be defended.
Yeah. That over time.
You still want to join Sekou Nkrumah to. You get small thing from the government so you cannot defend the government or SKT.
And that's exactly what I would do.
Oh, you would do that?
Yeah, but Joseph Baga from Lofa, what thing I can do that? What thing I be?
But second thing about that, right? If our Chief Justice can be showing single that she won't her or fair share, and these are the people that are supposed to be the real safety net when it comes to the society, when it comes to making sure that we mitigate corruption, especially when it comes to investment. You got your Chief Justice.
So Monk, today not Friday, but another person sent $20.
Oh yeah, it will go. I told them on Friday our target is at least 30 to 35. So that 30 to 35 contribution per head individually. So with two, that 28 tomorrow, that's the bare minimum at least. Because when they wake up, one when they see me wearing Joseph Baga t-shirt on SKTV, then at the end of the story though.
Yeah, the good thing about you can't repay, you're not going back.
Now, when you do that, then I'll be on my own because I'm not going to do that kind of thing.
You got to be like, but the campaign season over, but 1 month wearing Joseph Baga t-shirt, we know they have any crossing the aisle.
You crossing carpet.
No, that won't happen yet.
In Labrador, doing the water, they used to call our Kunapo. They say more than Kunapo now. More finish joining. More cross carpet from SKTV to to GME team. Yeah, but I mean, I think
we'll be on tomorrow by the grace of God.
I'm calling it this, Steve. Thank you guys, man.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kane. I'm leaving it with you.
Okay.
Thank you. See you all tomorrow. Same place, same time. Ciao. Good night.
All right. Thank you. Somebody calling now. I mean, you say you should do in alarm for your local caller. Them. I think Credible Sheriff is on the line. Hello. What's up? What's going on? Yeah, because you're not paying your dues, so Moses will cross carpet. Steve say, he will start talking funny things. Because by that time, you will know that if he didn't take it funny.
Well, on a serious note, I mean, listen, we really appreciate you guys for coming. And, you know, the balance of this show is actually on different level, trust me. If anyone in Liberia or in abroad think that the Unity Party government would do anything better, I'm sorry. I mean, probably you're living somewhere else. I knew it, and it's not strange. You guys will continue to talk, and which, of course, we appreciate you guys. But the minds of Liberians, the minds of the citizens, the electorate, the people who are supposed to make the president do the right thing, it's bad. It's terrible. We need serious education in our country. And I don't see it right now, like Monk said. I bet it. Look, I'm 29 years old. You guys are even older than me. I'm not even sure that I will see a better Liberia. What's up with you guys? I mean, we appreciate you guys for coming on every day, leaving your business schedule, and come on and talk to us. But the minds is so terrible. The people who are supposed to go and hold the government accountable, they are the ones that can come and say that what the government doing, they're correct. It's so sad. It's so frustrating for them when you wake up in the morning, you say you want to read, like Mon said, you will never see anything good about Liberia. Look at Kupapa. Appointing people, there's no problem with appointing Liberians. They are Liberians. But you cannot subject the entire ministry to just the people. It's wrong. You need to make the government balance. You need to balance the government. Other people too need staff. How can you kind of start appointing people against the law? It is so wrong. And like you said, Kopokra will never be recalled because again, Prince Johnson has proven again that it's in charge. When the war crimes come, Prince Johnson has proven it. We will not see any better Liberia right now. I'm sorry, but it is sad. The House of Representatives you guys are talking about, I even received some information from my brother back home. It is true. I mean, because one time that's why you guys can come to the list. But it is true. Some of those lawmakers that claim that they are correct, they are good, they coming with senators, they are the ones that even when they took the money. So where are we going? Where are we going as a country? It is so sad. Some of us will continue to drive our trucks in this country. Maybe when time comes, we will go Rwanda, we'll go Ghana, we'll go to other areas and sit down and invest. Because, again, I'm sorry, let me end with this. One time I was on one of my brother's show. He was talking about why Liberians in the diaspora can go back home and develop the country and do other stuff. I said, but my brother, are you sleeping or what? Other countries that we compare Liberia to, Ghana, the government, again, don't get me wrong. Every country in Africa got our own problems.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Sherry. Thank you so much.
I want to learn on this, but it's okay. Let me give the time to other people to come.
No. We are leaving now. We don't have enough time anymore.
No, thank you very much.
Maybe tomorrow. Thank you so much. Mom, before we go, do you have something to say before we go?
Well, I don't have that much to say. It was a great show as always on SKTV. We make sure we bring this information, and our people are getting it all over the country, especially in radio land is our main focus. That's a good thing. And I will keep saying that I wake up every day. I want to see positive about Liberia. I want for Joseph Boakai to lead that charge and that initiative. You see, there is a risk factor to Joseph Boakai presidency. Even though he won't be on the ballot, I don't think he will be on the ballot 6 years from now. But Joseph Boakai, I would say, performances could take the whole George Weah jinx off our back. Because it just breaks your heart that people can even consider the prospect of we are returning to politics. And I don't want Joseph Boakai to be a catalyst for that. Because his performances alone, if he does better, we will start looking towards the future, towards other candidates. If Joseph Boakai keep doing worse, we will stand the race of getting a George Weah again. And I don't foresee or Liberia that George Weah being president for the second time. I really don't know. Then I think a lot of people will just write the country off finally because it will be like the end of the story. So in as much as we don't let it sound political, we let us play the balanced approach. I will keep saying it over and over that we anticipate the best from the old man. Then he do a best. Even if he can't give out the best, let he give out the maximum effort in helping the country forward. And we will be on the show to sing his praises because it's not politics, it's bigger than politics.
What if this is his best? What will you do?
Huh?
What if this is his best?
I mean, Sekou, sometimes, you know, you got to look at it. You got to look at the reality. Joseph Boaga got the presidency like after passing his prime, the energy level is not there. But there are certain things he can do. There are certain areas he can focus on. Look, Sekou, let me give you one instance. This Ibrahim Toure from Senegal.
Mhm.
This guy is making moves, right? I was just on their country. I was doing some research recently. This guy is concentrating only on agriculture. He concentrating on infrastructure and mostly debt because he said, I think I was like, when I read the report, like this guy trying to be the next Thomas Sankara. He like, we cannot.
Oh, you mean Ibrahim Traore of Burkina
Yeah,
Faso?
Burkina Faso, yeah. They got about 400 tractors for farmers because he believed that the agriculture can add value to the economy. So he making move. He's not all over the place. He's more focused, even though he spent the least amount of time of it, but you can tell, you can see the direction, you can tell, you can give a projection as to where you want to go. And that's the same thing as Reverend Joseph Boaga. Cut down on a lot of things. Look, everybody that is noted for legacy, they only noted for one or two things. They don't do too many things in life. Focus your energy on the most important thing and get them done with the limited time you have in Liberia, and you will go down as one of the best presidents in Liberia history. That's my prayer for this government, Joseph Boaga. No matter how we criticize him, but we criticize him for the right reason. Because if he does better, we all benefit from that performance. So that's my take every day. And we see what happens.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. My people, yeah, thank you. We'll see you
Yeah,
tomorrow.
you're right. Philip Murray, Burkina Faso, I forgot. It's not Senegal.
Yeah, but you
Is
already
it Dimboy? I know how the other guy named how last name from Burkina
Guinea?
Faso.
No, Burkina Faso is Ibrahim Traore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in Liberia we call it Traore.
Yeah.
In
Traore.
people call it Traore.
Yeah.
In Liberia we call it Traore. Yeah. So, but thank you so much, my people. We'll see you tomorrow, Mom. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, thank you. We appreciate you guys.